All praise, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Before I get into this, this is what's happening in New York, where the truth came out of, where our elders were no longer removed into a corner. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, starting at verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Verse 4, and the door shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also, verse 5, also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be burdened, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. More than 40,000 asylum seekers have arrived in New York City since last spring, some sent here on buses against their will. We're going to look now at how many are pleading with New York officials to provide permanent and humane housing as well as job permits so they can make a living. The city says it's opened 77 emergency shelters and 4 humanitarian emergency response and relief centers, or HERCs. But this week, dozens of migrants have been sleeping on the sidewalk outside the Watson Hotel, not far from Times Square, right near Columbus Circle, where they were living for weeks until city officials suddenly evicted them over the weekend to move them to a remote terminal facility filled with 1,000 cots head to toe. This is Labrador,
Slovakia. I gotta get this scripture. 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and I'm going to start at I'm going to just do verse 73. No, let me open that up. I'm going to start at verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses. 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So this is what's going on. Being tried as gold in the fire. The chosen of Israel. The Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, Western Indians, Haitians, and the speckled bird. Those that might look like the other nations, but are truly the seed of Yasharallah.
Venezuelan asylum seeker who was evicted from the Watson Hotel. As he spoke, he held up a picture on his phone of the new site.
This is like a jail. What is that? Oh, they take $1 million for immigrants programs, but they do that for us? What is that? That's no good.
The new facility is at a cruise terminal in Red Hook, Brooklyn. Asylum seekers who agreed to tour it Tuesday with the Mayor's Office of Immigration Affairs said their tour confirmed it's too isolated, lacks privacy, and sufficient heat, they said. On Monday, Democracy Now!'s Maria Teresina and Sanji Lopez were on the ground as police barricaded the hotel. Asylum seekers, some went on buses to be taken to the new site, others refused. This is Jimena Bustamante, mutual aid organizer, founder of the Undocumented Women's Fund.
Many of them have already jobs in the area, and they have built community around here. And actually, they cannot be forced because there is in New York a right to shelter. However, there have been police called here to intimidate them, and they have stood their ground. They are camping outside.
A group of asylum seekers shared an exclusive video recording with Democracy Now! Of a Watson Hotel staff member telling them the city's not giving them other options and that the hotel had to be emptied out to carry out construction.
The city is not giving you any more options. They want everything here to be emptied out because they have to demolish everything. They're bringing construction crews.
Well, Ivan, an asylum seeker from Venezuela.
Control. This is all he wants to do is control. Esau Edom, the red man who the world ignorantly called white. Control. Babylon is fallen. Let's get to Revelations 14:8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. This came out 4 hours ago. Okay? Asylum seekers protest relocation and demand their right to shelter in the city. That great city, which is all of America, but, it stemmed from New York, right? Standoff at New York Hotel. That's where you got your Wall Street. That's where all the people come. What song did that rapper and that singer make? New York, the city of dreams, right? From the blood, sweat, and tears of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, Wall Street was established. Let's get some more on Babylon and this wine. Let's go to I want to go to Revelations chapter 18, Salakia. Chapter 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. China, Dubai, all those European nations and Italian nations, and France, Britain, Spain, they wax rich off merchandise, import and outports going to America. The consumers of America, mainly the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the children of Israel. Nehemiah said he would put his hand on anyone that come into the gates of Jerusalem at the time when he was prophesying, because they would come in on the Sabbath day because they know they'll be able to make money off the children of Israel. The same way as it's done today here in America. Right? Let's get Revelation. No, I want to go to Jeremiah, as a matter of fact. Let's get Jeremiah. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. It's all because the Lord's doing. This is the Lord's movie, man. And to those that don't believe or trust, you want to be an atheist or you want to believe in other religions and philosophies of men, hey, yo, ain't none of that stuff more real, and it should be no more clear or apparent than what you're seeing going on right now. This is the word of Yahweh Shem Shai coming out of the Holy Bible. All right? The nations are mad. Not just here in America, but all the nations that's been dealing with America and seeing how the Lord has that cup. And they gonna drink it up, and they drinking it. The wrath of her fornication. And let me get this one more, one last, and it's back in Revelations. Revelations chapter 17. I'm gonna start at verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, and saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of that great whore, the great city, America, that sitteth upon many waters. Verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Yeah, and they go down to the scarlet beast. The woman that was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. That's verse 4. Verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Yeah, and they go down to the 10 horns and how they came up, out of the bottomless pit, which is Europe, in verse 8. And, all the other nations that's now mad at this system. The great whore. This is kind of quick. I hope it's edifying to the hopeful elect of Israel, but it's happening. It's here. From the turn up to the year that all the prophecies are fulfilled. And if you can't see it, just this lady right here talking to you, and the scene you seen, is setting the stage to get people ready for Revelations 13 and 16. It's setting the stage. You won't be able to buy or sell without it. I'm going to get the verse I had at first one more time to remind you what's really going on. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, starting at verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows are darkened. That's what's happening right now. 4 hours ago. With that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kodash, and double honor again to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Barakatah to the Akim doing the work on the highways and hedges. Ahabatah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ratazah, the Lord be with you. Endure, endure, endure. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ratazah, endure. Until next time, Israel. Shalom.